making his way to the mic, 5'10", from Guadalajara, Mexico, representing Alien Records and MAD CACTUS. He recently appeared at My Aeon's progression sessions. Pinchy Louise VBS Dreamvibes. Woo!
I love that.
It is a great April day here in St Kilda, East Australia. Mr. Louise, Dreamvibes, thank you very much for being here today.
Nah, thanks to you, man. Thanks for having me.
Well, first things first, usually I wear some kind of psychedelic t-shirt or something that suits, the guest. So here's what I busted out for you today.
Oh, no fucking way!
Oh!
Man, that's so nice.
That's a nice one.
It's so nice.
I've had that for a few years. Anyone who wants to know what I'm wearing, you can check it out on pictures on TRENTøFF.com.
Yeah.
Or on the YouTubes.
Sick fucking shirt.
Now, so what are we going to call you? Mr. Dreamvibes, Louise?
Yeah. Louise or Dreamvibes?
Sweet.
Okay.
For those playing along at home, you can follow Dreamvibes on Instagram at DRMVBS, so just Dreamvibes without the vowels. Also on Facebook and YouTube also. There's heaps of awesome track releases, videos from live events, as well as kind of recaps from different tours. Let's start with, I guess, the most recent thing. My Aeon on the weekend was pumping. I was lucky enough to get to play upstairs before you, and the vibe in the whole venue was great, which you contributed to. What was it like to play?
Well, man, it was fucking good coming back, to Australia.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the vibe of the place.
Yeah.
I don't know, Aussies always get like pumping, man. It doesn't matter like where at, if it's a club, if it's a diff, they just get pumped ass. And I really enjoyed playing again all my new shit, man, because it's been long since I didn't play around there.
Sure.
I will share this with you. I don't get nervous, at all anymore. But man, I don't know what the fuck happened, but like 5 minutes before my set, I was like, I had this fucking feeling, like in my mind. I was like, shit, man, I'm actually a bit fucking like nervous because I don't know, Aussie crowd, to be honest, has always been very fucking receptive.
Yeah, that's right.
I think not with me, but like with most of the musicians and just arts. And but I had so many new things that I never played around that I don't know, I didn't fully know if people were going to dig, but I just realized that it just did. So
So if anyone who wants to see some clips and pics from that event, you can check out the Instagram. You got the Dope Express t-shirt on.
Yeah, and some highlights on the stories.
Yep, absolutely. So where was your last gig before that one then?
Before Australia, before My Aeon, I played in France.
Oh wow!
It was my first time actually.
Yeah,
club gig also.
Yep, which club
good vibe. I don't remember the name, man. French is fucking hard to be honest. But
how long ago was it?
Like 3 weeks ago.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, and one day before that gig, I played in Switzerland with the guys from Prog Vision.
Sure. Yep. And you had the clip of that.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was not this time, but that was like 2 years ago. But with the same people, from Prog Vision. They throw this nice event, and they have a bigger event actually, but I don't know when and stuff. Yep. But yeah. So it was Europe before Australia.
Cool. And how many times have you been to Australia now?
This is the fourth time, I think. So Omega was the first time. Then I came back for Rabbits. Yep. Then the same year I came back for Boho and some other parties like what was Quantum. I remember Quantum Release was a fucking nice party actually.
So
and
is this your first time to Melbourne, or do you normally play?
No, one of those times. I'm pretty sure when I came in November 2017, like the second tour in Australia the same year. I played in progression sessions.
Oh, cool.
But it wasn't at My Aeon.
Mm-hmm.
It was, I think,
Roller Hotel.
Dimensions.
Dimensions.
Some stuff like this.
Yep.
So yeah, but that was a bit smaller, you know. This time was way more crowded.
Yes, and where, excuse me, and where are you off to next then? Where's your next gig whilst you're in Australia?
I'm actually leaving tomorrow, Melbourne. I'm gonna fucking catch a plane to the Gold Coast.
Oh,
Because I'm playing...
Go to the nice weather?
Yeah, well, I like cold, man, to be honest. But, yeah. I'm going to play at Platinum in fucking Gold Coast.
Mm-hmm.
I've been there also. I've played there. And then one...
Are you playing Rabbit Tea Lettuce?
Yeah,
again?
that's the last party from the tour.
That'll be a fun one.
Yeah, man. So keen.
Yeah. And I think your 4i20 will be there as well. He's also doing a show in Melbourne late April.
Yeah.
But those who look up on SoundCloud, one of the latest tunes that you have on there is Breakdown
Yeah.
with 4i20.
Yeah.
Do you mind telling us, I guess, how that project came about and also about some of the vocals you've used in there?
Of course. That was actually a really fun thing to do with Thiago. I was touring Brazil, and we already talked about working together, but he told me he actually wanted me to be beside him, you know. So we made it happen. I just catched a bus to his hometown, and well, I don't know if it's his hometown though, but where he lives.
Yeah. So how far is that from where you live?
It was like a 6-7 bus drive, but it was in Brazil. I don't live in Brazil, you know. I did.
Okay.
And
I'll get the track up whilst you're just telling us that story.
Yeah, sure. And it's funny because the Brazilian scene, it's kind of different from Australia, from Europe, even from Mexico. Thiago has told me before several times to evolve the sound but try to adapt to the scene so I could get to play more in Brazil, blah blah blah. So I was trying to do that, but it's so funny because the track ended up being just full on psychedelic, you know, it's not, I don't think it has commercial stuff in it, you know, just maybe some percussions, but I swear we ended up just being really psychedelic with it, which I was totally okay with it. And the vocals, we found this Kanye kind of speech, you know how controversial he is.
Nice.
And yeah, we actually just add them up, and that was it, man.
Somebody's going to show the system. Do you want to just get it up on the YouTube? Mr. Perspective, Julian's here. Hello, Julian.
How are you, my man?
Julian's going to have some questions for us as well. I'm not sure why our normal system's got cheeky, but breakdown. Yes, right. The sample you've got to start, is that from Fear and Loathing?
Which one?
Is that this? Sure, it's this track.
He says it's Kanye.
Yeah, there's Kanye a bit later on in there,
Yeah.
but the You Can't Take Me Back on a Drug.
Oh
I think yeah.
yeah.
I'm not sure.
It's from the movie with Johnny Depp.
Yeah,
Fear and Loathing, yeah. So how long did you work on this track for?
It was quick, man. We worked 5 days on it, but all day, every day, man. You wake up, have some fucking breakfast.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so kind of in one day. So after you do that work together, you then go off and work on it a bit more yourself and share it online, or is it all just done in the studio in one go?
No, it was in one go, you know, honestly, waking up every day, having breakfast, and in the studio all day.
Proper hard work.
Yeah, man, but I really have that with some other producers, and it's really nice when you get to go to another place and just chill with them, work with them, learn from them, teach them stuff, because you always learn, man. You never stop fucking learning. And I really of course I like traveling and enjoying lookouts and shit like this, but sometimes just traveling to another place and do the same thing that you do in your place, but with someone else from a different culture with different points of view, blah blah blah. It's fucking good, man.
Yeah.
So Yeah, I definitely learned some stuff from him, of course.
Yeah.
But he uses another program, Cubase. He's in Cubase.
What do you use?
I was on Logic, but I just recently moved to Ableton.
Yeah, okay.
Just like 2-3 weeks ago, I started like.
Yeah. And what differences have you found? Is it...
Fuck, man. To be honest, when I tried to go back to Logic, and I couldn't, because I really like the audio engine of Logic is really good, man. So for mastering, I think it's really good, and also for producing, because I learned there basically everything that I know. But the workflow on Ableton is just like 10 times better, man.
Yeah.
It's too fast. You get shit done like this, and I think that's like something way better for work, man. It's just like a better tool, you know.
Yeah.
And I tried going back to Logic to master something, and when I'm trying to move stuff and cut and all this shit, I just like get all scrambled, and I wasn't fully able to do it, and I was like, what the fuck is happening? So that's when I realized, like, okay, if this tool just made me forget about like something I've worked on for 6 fucking years, this shit is good.
Yeah.
That's it, man.
It's like the workflow of Ableton just took over.
Yeah.
But do you have a template when you start a track, or
Not
do you
really.
just go for it? Do you also start with like the drop on the groove and
No,
stuff?
that's something super funny, man. All the time I've worked with different people, I have this, and they keep telling me this. They always work like on the drop and like on the bass line, and just like add it up, have it like that section like ready.
Yeah.
And I just can't, man. I don't know why.
I like starting with the intro as well, because
Yeah.
you get the right vibes for the drop.
I
reckon
always
it
start
connects it.
from the intro because of this, actually. And it's, I don't know, like for me it's just easier to flow with having the intro ready. Maybe not fully, man, but just like the idea of it. I can imagine what the fuck I'm going to drop, because I like to be melodic on drops. I do use tension on the bass and shit like this, because I don't like it when it's just like in the same key and just like straight.
Yeah.
Of course I like it, I enjoy it, man, but
There's
I
more
really
of a journey
find
with
this
the different harmonies.
dynamic fucking kind of sound, and man, it's just music. You have a lot of keys to use, man. Like,
100%.
why not?
Yeah, dude. I mean,
Sorry, I was going to touch on, so with a track like that, you're talking about the way that you build the track.
Yeah.
Are you making the track and then finding the vocal sample later, or do you have a sample you want to kind of base the track off? And
Sometimes when we like brainstorm before working, we do get vocals,
Yeah.
but not all the time. I've had tracks that I'm almost finished, and I haven't realized I don't have a fucking vocal.
Yeah.
And man, vocals are important, man. They are like the hook. It's what people remember.
Yeah.
that's true.
And like I remember that trance used to be like super underground, because they don't have vocals. And you even showed, like, for example, a track to someone that doesn't listen to psytrance, and they're like, man, but it doesn't have vocals, so it's not music.
Yeah.
They even say that.
Yeah.
And you're just like, okay. Like when I was young, I used to have this, and I was like, to be honest, now I do feel that vocals are like very fucking important, man.
Oh.
But not all the time you need them, to be
Well,
honest.
especially on a track like this, I guess it shows the power that you've got to influence.
Huh? Yeah, it's really good, man.
Yeah, using something like that shows the power you've got to influence the youth and those at the party and influence their mood rather than just through the frequencies, I suppose.
Yeah.
That's in the story as well.
Good job.
But back to the production, man. Do you use like certain like specific return bus, like parallel compression, when you work on your tracks? You know how you can have like, I mean, personally, I used this thing called New York compression, and I have that on the return channel, and then that's how I basically make a lot of the elements pop out more in the mix and
Yeah.
have like a stronger. It's like almost like a highly compressed layer over all those leads that really need to be in your face.
Yeah.
Do you have like a?
It's funny, man, because I am not like a huge fan of theory and all this kind of shit. Like, to be honest, I started like working by myself, tweaking shit and like listening, just basing everything on my ear. But I have a really good friend, man, that we started together, like working on music, and he did go to school and stuff and got into theory and all this shit. And man, like writing tracks with him has got me to do this kind of shit, man.
Ah, yeah.
You know, he's just like, man, let's try this, and I'm like, okay. So we together, like, he tells me what to do, blah blah blah. We did this on, well, in Logic it's called Boss, but the return channel thing, to pop up like the sounds.
And why did you start making music?
Well, I don't know, like, to be honest, I never saw myself, like, fully making music for, like, my entire life.
How old were you when you started?
I started playing guitar when I was really young,
Mhm.
but I wasn't fully on it, you know, I wasn't, like, the best kid or whatever. I went to some class, and what I do remember is that in class, everyone used to use this fucking thingy to, like, tune the guitar,
Yeah.
and I didn't need it.
Nice.
I don't know why.
Mm.
Just
Like
like that, you know, like I was always able to tune my guitar by myself. And when I started making music, it was because I remember I was 17. I was getting into psytrance. Like, I started, like, the very first tracks I heard from psytrance was like Blizzard Contact, Painkiller, and like this way more powerful.
Yeah.
Like, I actually heard Bliss since long ago, man. Long
Bliss
fucking
is
ago,
mad.
man.
Mm.
And but then I heard Freedom Fighters, man, and that really got me into, like, that was something very fucking
Different.
new and different for me.
Well, he was sitting in that chair exactly a week ago.
Man,
Just so
the
you know.
funniest thing in this story, man, is that I met him in Brazil. I played before him,
Mhm.
and it was a very good experience, man. I did tell him some stuff I had in mind, you know, like, of course it was a fucking honor for me, man.
Yeah.
I have a sick photo, like, after my set with him, and I'll show that to you, like, in a
sure.
second. But
So yeah, you were saying how listening to his.
I listened to his. I remember, like, heavy doses of dimethyltryptamine. That fucking
That's
song
what you
from
need.
him, and yeah, man. Like, I remember also Marshmallows, man. Marshmallows, yeah, of course. When I heard that thing, I was like, fuck, this is something new and something that I always loved. It's this kind of like wobbly kind of sounds, you know. So, you know, like, I'm a huge fan of glitch hop. I'm a huge fan of dubstep, drum and bass, and all this kind of weird fucking music, man. And
I like the Mexican Skrillex.
and nah, fuck that. And I remember that Freedom was starting to use this kind of elements, or maybe not fully him, because Marshmallows is with Captain Hook, and Captain Hook makes some fucking screechy fucking sounds, man.
What do you think of his new album?
Man, it's fucking amazing, man. I
It's
didn't even fully, like, finished it, but I heard some stuff, and fuck, man, it's good.
And
Maybe
the
after.
release, it's got the TARS visuals on the YouTube as well.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
did see that, man.
Yeah.
That's fucking
That's
insane.
amazing.
That's like
That's-
just out of this
That is
fucking
DMT
world.
without DMT.
Yeah.
It's,
Allegedly.
you can properly experience his music with those visuals because
Yeah.
it's truly a journey. Like, I like how he takes his time to bring in each element, and it's really progressive.
Man, it is something like
Something else.
huge, man. To be honest.
So who are some of your other major influences then, I guess, in inspiring you to play
Who else?
or to produce? Yeah.
Capital Monkey, man.
Yeah.
Because of kind of these same weird elements.
Mhm.
Like, he changed his sound a lot. He's now way different. But, like, man, 5 years ago, he was really wobbly and just, like, very happy music. And I saw him live, man. And I actually met him. I did a remix for him.
Yeah.
It will be released soon. I just have to change, like, 2-3 things.
Awesome.
I had, like, a fucking Skype with him and, like, fucking went through that.
Has it got a name yet?
Huh? The track?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Jungle Office. But it's
Jungle
it's a
Oh, yeah.
remix I did.
Look out for it.
I mean, Capital Monkey is great. I got to meet him recently as well, and he's really down to earth, and he's
Man,
there
he's-
to support all the artists as well.
He's pro ass, man. And the funniest thing is that when I met him at that party after he said, I took a photo, super fanboy, of course, man. Like, I love him. I was there in the parties for the music, man. I swear, like.
I'm sure.
And he told me, like, man, you should come to this guy's place. I'll try to fucking teach you some stuff, blah blah.
That's right when he's playing.
No, this was in Mexico.
But didn't they live together with Mother Girl?
Yeah, but I think he not anymore. I don't
They
know.
moved
But
recently or
yeah,
something.
but when I went there, they were living together. And like, man, I told him so long ago, like, man, I have to remix you, and he said, keep sending me your tracks. Maybe in 3 years, maybe in 4. I don't know. Like, depends on you, but just keep sending me tracks. And I was like, okay. And man, I didn't I stopped talking with him for long, and I went to play to Brazil to this party, and then he shows up. He didn't know I was playing there. He's like, man, what the fuck are you doing here? I'm like, well, guess what the fuck I'm doing here, man? Like, of course I came here to play. Really? Fuck, man, that's so good. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, you have the vibes. He didn't even want to listen anymore now, you know? Like, he saw me there, and he's like, he knew it was good enough already. So, yeah, man. It feels good because he kept pushing me, you know?
Yeah.
He wasn't just like, okay, have him and just, like, do a shitty job, and that's it. Like, he wanted me to actually make a good job so we could release and he can play and this kind of shit, you know, like, I'm pretty sure.
And that's why we love him.
Yeah, fuck yeah, I love you, Ata.
Yeah, shout out. He's a legend.
So you mentioned, I guess, playing at some of the different doofs and clubs around Australia and also Switzerland.
Yeah.
But what are some of, I guess, your favourite parties that you've played at? Well, I guess, first of all, favourite doof and then favourite club gigs around the world.
Okay, so I think favorite doof, I'm between two. One is in Brazil. The last time I was there, it's Orion Festival down in the very south of Brazil. But the doof concept in America, and I mean just like continent-wise, is hella different, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In what ways?
Parties are just like a really big party, big stage, the shade.
Yep.
A lot of beer, camping zone, and that's it, man.
Yep.
Around here, I've seen that it's more like a picnic kind of thing. So people come with their cars, with their little stoves to cook, with their bikes, with their skates.
Yep.
They dress up, man.
Yeah.
You see guys wearing fucking skirts like fairy tales and shit like this. And man, no one judges. You just laugh at it, have fun with it, fucking embrace it, you know?
Yeah. That's one of the
And
big
that
things I
beats fucking everything elsewhere in the fucking world, man, to be honest.
There's
Like,
definitely a lot more colour in the crowd at the Aussie festivals, I've noticed.
and the energy, it's similar, you know? Like the energy I got from the last time in Brazil was huge, man, was hectic. I have some videos and you can listen like people yelling at you. So you drop and you listen like,
yeah.
it's so fucking nice, man. But the energy around here is also alike, man. People's always jumping. There's weird cunts all over the place, like dancing.
We embrace the weird as well.
Huh?
Yeah.
The weird gets embraced at our festivals.
Man,
rather than
of course, man.
It's the self-expression.
Have you played at Universo Paralelo?
No, I've never been nor played.
Does it
But-
intrigue you?
Yeah, and I'm actually gonna try to fucking get to play like this edition. Tiago has played. Tiago is basically the boss in Alien, and I have contact with him. So
Awesome. You have alien contact.
yeah, basically. So
and
maybe we will try to make it fucking happen.
Are there any other festivals that you haven't played at that you would like to?
Around here, actually, Esoteric. I've heard
Yeah, that was
really
awesome.
good fucking
Yeah.
things about Esoteric, so I would be very keen to be around there.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I've seen some footage and sets from Rainbow Serpent.
Yeah, it's a special one.
So around here, yeah. Around the other, around like in America, in Brazil, there's really good festivals.
Mm-hmm.
Experience in Brazil is like something huge, and now they have a lot of psytrance and this kind of music. So I will definitely love to play in one huge event like that, you know, like.
What about Europe, like a Zora, Boom, any of those sort of?
To be honest, I will love to, but I don't know if the kind of music I make still makes it in these parties, because I don't know, you get some proggy vibes, but from acts that are huge, that has been all over the place and have been in the scene for like, I don't know, 10, 15 years. I've been for like 6 years only. So I will love to, man. But I just haven't had like the fucking pleasure, man. I don't know anyone from around those fucking parties too. But man, if they fucking call me, like, I'm in, you know. Of
Absolutely.
course.
Cool. Now, we also like to play a little game called Show and Tell.
Show and tell.
It's pretty simple. We keep our pants on for this version. Julian is going to get a picture up on the screen from some stage. We actually rated your Instagram and picked a few different parts of your career. And just basically, I guess, tell us about where you're playing, that stage, and I guess kind of how that went. So,
Okay.
Jeopardy.
Sounds fun.
Tick, tick, tick. All right, here's the first one. So this is a recent one off your Instagram. So you basically, to describe the photo, you get flipping two birds. You've got what sort of hat do you call that?
I don't really know how to name that hat, man.
It's like a straw hat that a cricketer would wear in the 80s. And you're in the studio. Is that your studio?
Yeah, that's my place.
Cool. So you're about to leave to go where on this tour?
I was about to go to my Brazil tour, but I had like a really nice big tour in Brazil. I stayed for like 2 months.
Nice.
And actually after that I was heading down here to Australia for Bohemian Beat Freaks. And after that I went to Switzerland. So that was like a long tour, man. I was away for like 3 months.
Yep.
So that's why I'm saying there. Few studio days before I fuck off to some adventures.
So with like the Switzerland events, do you have a management team that helps get you those, or do you do that yourself?
No, I basically do that myself. You know, like the only place where I have someone managing stuff is in Brazil because it just keeps it easier. You know, Brazil is like you really have to have an agency.
Yeah, and we've you even see it here. Like I've got different people I know who get frustrated with their agency at times. Like there's times when it's good, but there's also the times where you don't feel.
Yeah, man.
Probably an athlete would feel the same when they're representing models and actors and all that sort of stuff.
Things about agencies is that at the end they want to make like a lot of money from you all the time, and when they keep balance, it's okay. But when they start being dodgy about it, it's not good.
Yeah.
But that's why I manage basically myself, like elsewhere, you know, in Mexico, around here also. But I'm really keen to get someone to manage my stuff around here, to be honest, because it's really far.
Yeah.
And I'm way more focused on being an artist and writing my own music and doing all this shit than actually managing like all this stuff.
Sure. So whilst we're on that topic, you've got your own label as well.
Yeah.
So I guess how do you manage the time of like, I guess, trying to manage a label and make music? Is there other artists that you have there, or is it more for your own tracks that you're releasing?
Well, the thing about the label is that I am in Alien Records, and Alien Records is starting. It's not starting. It's huge now, you know. So there's a lot of artists releasing. There's a lot of work to do on the label managing side of it.
Yeah.
So I've had some times that it gets hard to reach, you know. So sometimes I want to release something, but because of the lots of work and stuff that is going around there, it takes a lot of time. So what I did is just like create my own label so I could release this. But I am not interested at all in being a label manager, or just like if someone tells me like, man, can I release in your label? I could say yeah, but don't expect me to like tell you, oh man, you did this and you did that, because I don't give a fuck about that.
You're gonna chase the stats.
Yeah. To be honest, like it's just for me. If I have one track that I could just single it out to Spotify, because I really think that's one of the best like platforms out now. I'm a user, you know, I fucking love it. Has everything.
Yep.
I just do it real quick, you know, like release on my own label, and I have the release up there in Spotify, YouTube, elsewhere. Yep. And it's done, you know. That's why I have my own label.
Yeah. I guess what do you see the differences in, like, because SoundCloud's still very like used a lot here. Spotify with this industry, like this scene, I'd say SoundCloud probably still is a bit stronger. Like, where do you see the benefits in either?
Well, SoundCloud, it's always been there for us, you know, and right now has money. How do you say in English? Monetization. Yeah, that thing. So it's good, you know. But I don't know, man. To be honest, I really think Spotify is just taking over, man. Yeah. Because it has.
What about your track SoundCloud is dead? Is that referencing it?
Yeah. Well, I'm just being sarcastic, you know, with that stuff. But I really feel SoundCloud started to like lose a lot of people, man. They all moved to YouTube and Spotify. Yeah. And to be honest, I do find Spotify like just easier, faster. You have EQ, you have a lot of shit there. Everything's out there, you know.
So one of the latest tracks that we see on your SoundCloud is the remix of David Guetta and Kid Cudi, The Memories. Yeah. Oh, Memories. Do you have, when you're making a track like that, do you have like the American audience in mind, like you alluded to before, or are you just making something fun?
Nah, I did. I before this track I had SoundCloud is Dead, this sarcastic fucking idea that I came up with a friend, and I was like, man, I'm just gonna name a track like this, man, and like try to fucking do something like fun, you know. And the good thing about this track, SoundCloud is Dead, is that I actually did a video. Like we had a drone up and we went to like this abandoned place and just like light on fire and just like did like wearing masks and just like fucking, man, I don't know, it's a cool video. I have it up there.
Yeah, so
And but what I was trying with this track is to get fucking good organic reach so I could give it out for free. And I didn't. I put the stake too high, I think.
Yeah.
And it didn't happen, but still I got a lot of shares. I still got a lot of organic reach. I was just trying to fuck Facebook, you know, for like one time in my life. I couldn't fuck you, Facebook. But it didn't happen, so I didn't give it out for free. I just did a normal release. It's out there. Of course, if you have Spotify, basically it's free.
Yep.
But it didn't happen, so I was like, okay, I want to give out a free fucking track. And it couldn't happen, so I'm just gonna make a track. Cheesy one for everyone to like have it for free, and something I am not able to release, so what should I do? A remix.
Yeah.
So I just start thinking which one, blah blah blah, and I go to his website, I find the vocals of this, and to be honest, David Guetta, Tiesto, and Van Buren are definitely some of the pioneers that got me into electronic music, because my sister used to be like, I don't know, like 18 or something like this, and I was like 14, and she used to take me to these concerts. And man, like it was something huge for me, man. It was the very first time I was like into electronic music, and man, actually back then they were fucking good, man. Like right now I don't like, because it's really EDM-y and just like shit. But before it was like really nice uplifting trance, man. Like at least Tiesto and Van Buren. And I remember seeing Guetta live, and this track, Memories, of course brings me the memories, man. And man, I played that in progression sessions, and I could see everyone singing, and that's what you want from this kind of tracks. So it was a good idea. I'm not a huge fan of doing this kind of stuff, but I really wanted to give out something for free.
Yeah, cool.
And I really liked what I did on it, to be honest. Like, I got good comments about it. Of course, might be people that are like, it's just shitty stuff. Of course, I know this also. But I still liked what I came up with this fucking track, man.
Well, and when you make a track like that as well, people will come and see it, and then they'll find your deeper stuff, I suppose.
Yeah.
With the probably with more of the messages in it, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is something you wanted to ask about.
Yeah, I mean, do you have in mind, you know, a certain message you're trying to get across with who you are as an artist, and you know, is there a journey you're pursuing? Is there an end goal with all these music things in relation to the world and the state it's in?
Well, to be honest, it all started purely for love for music.
Nice.
I think it happens to all of us who start writing music. I don't know if you're a guitarist and you're sad or no one's around and blah blah, and you grab your guitar and just play it. You feel somehow fulfilled.
Yeah.
So I started all this because, I don't know, music has been always there for me whenever everything goes to shit. And I realized I am good at it. I am good at like fucking having all this together. And I don't know, like I felt capable of doing it, and that's why I started. So I do believe that music is just about the feelings, man. Of course, sometimes you work in this kind of tracks like Memories that you just do it quick you have a purpose on it. But I don't think it's the way you should just like let all your work be about, man. You know, like
sure.
I think at the end you'll feel empty if you're not putting your fucking feelings out there, man.
For sure, man.
And to be honest, I think the best fucking thing to describe this is my album, man. And my album is something that it was really hard to make, man, because a lot of shit was going around in my life, you know, like my dad got cancer. I fought with some friends, and then like lost them somehow. Then my chick fucked off too, and like I lost everything like in just like some months. And I was feeling like shit, you know. But also like the first track is really nice because the name of the track is Freedom, and it's really nice, man. You can feel a really nice vibe, and I can tell I was really happy when I did this. Then the second track, it's melodreaming, and I think it's like the strongest track I have ever, because that is actually like a tribute to my dad. Somehow I found a way to make a track for my dad in this weird kind of music. But man, I really like this track because I've got people that are not into psytrance or just listen like commercial stuff, pop and shit, to listen this and actually feel something from it, man. Sometimes they don't even know, and they'll tell me like, what's the go with this track or shit like this, man. You know, like my cousin, because he knows all the story, he fucking cried like when he fucking listened. I've had people crying when I play this. I've been like this about like crying on stage when I played it sometimes. But I do have
the melodies. Or
yeah, man, it's very fucking melodic, and it's sad, man. It's just nostalgic. You can feel I was like feeling like shit. Yeah. And it was really hard to finish that track, man. I took like fucking, I don't know, 3-4 months to just finish it, because I would sit there, try to do something, and just like start crying like a fucking baby, and just being like, no, I'm off it, you know, like fuck this, I'm gonna play some fucking Xbox and just forget about this shit. Some stuff like this.
But it's good that it was taking you time, because it's almost like in a way it's allowing the grieving process with the creative process to merge together, and it's almost
and like man somehow helps you get through something that hard, you know, like at the end when I finished the track, I felt like at the same time I was finished with dealing with all that stuff, because it was hard.
Mr. Vibes, thank you very much for being here today. We've been lucky enough to be graced with one of the Dreamvibes stickers, which will get added to the stickers of fame, the speaker of fame, I guess. Speaker of stickers. Before we go, one custom we have here is we always finish with the same final question. So I'll ask you the question, and then whilst you ponder on it, I'll do the final plugs, and then we'll wrap it up. So the question is, if you could ask any question, let me start that again. The question is, if you could ask any person from any time, living or dead, any question, who would you ask, and what is the question? So, whilst he ponders on that one, Instagram again, once again, it's Dreamvibes, DRMVBS, Dreamvibes. He's even got the cool little eye next to the name there, using keyboards very well on the SoundCloud. Also on YouTube, there's some awesome clips of live shows and releases on there. Before wine first or question? Okay. What's your answer to the question, my friend?
Man, I'm still thinking. Hey, like it's a hard one.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, the question is to some artist. But I just don't know which one, man. I love so many.
Okay, so whilst you continue to think about that, another tradition that we have here is we like to thank the guests with a bottle of wine. Thank you for coming in. But we like to tie it into something that might be related to the guest with the name of the wine. So this is, again, not a sponsored segment. But however, we talked about some of the events that you might like to play at and that would dream to play at. So hopefully this one gives you a little bit of inspiration to continue to strive to play
Boomtown.
At Boomtown.
Nice, man.
It's okay. Now answer the freaking question. Who would you like to ask?
Maybe actually just like could be Cobain, could be Hendrix, or could be even Mac Miller, man, because I really liked Mac Miller and what he was doing.
Yeah, right.
And my question, it's just like the same to like all of them. It's like, why do you let yourself like, why don't they, for example, you know, Mac Miller just like overdosed. Why did you let like that happen, man? Like we all know drugs can be cool, blah blah blah, but like, what's the goal with that? You know?
Yeah.
That's something that really gets to me whenever I tell someone that I'm an artist and shit, and you know, like how a lot of artists have this happening, and I am an artist myself, and I do believe I'm an artist, but I know myself enough to like never make that kind of shit happen, you know. And that's something that intrigues me, man, to be honest. So that will be the question, man, like what happened, or what's the goal that you just let yourself go to that kind of things?
Yeah, right. Interesting one. What do you think their answer would be?
I don't know, man. Some fucking trouble with a chick or shit like this.
I'm sorry, Louise. I was having too much fun.
I don't know, man.
That's right. Well, thank you for your time today and being so honest and candid with all your answers and your input. I think everyone would have learnt something, whether it be motivational
Hopefully.
or from even from the production side, as Julian has some great questions there. Do you have any questions for us before we go?
No.
Nah,
not really, man.
That's right.
It's all good.
Where's the beers? Perspective, Julian? Anything to add?
I was really happy to interview Dreamvibes as well. He's been, a great influence on my own career, and the way I've always wanted to get my psytranced sounding is melodic and powerful, just like his.
Legend.
So congrats, man, and I hope we do more in the future.
Fuck yeah, man. My pleasure.
Thank you very much for being here, sir.
Thanks, brother.
Cheers. Obrigados. Vamos.
Oh, no fucking way!
Oh.
Man, that's so nice.